1996, your one-stop shop for all things movies. From reviews, unboxings, and collections, I'm here to celebrate the magic of cinema. Now, let's roll the film. Today, I'll be starting my review of the entire Final Destination franchise, leading up to Final Destination Bloodlines, which I'm so excited for. Today, we're going way back 25 years to the original. Alright, let's start the review. So one of the first things that sticks with me about Final Destination is the use of Rocky Mountain High by John Denver. That song is now totally synonymous with the film. What makes it extra eerie is knowing that John Denver actually died in a plane crash just 3 years before the movie came out. That little detail adds a chilling layer. Even crazier, the movie was released just over a year before 9/11, which obviously changed the way we all look at planes forever. The director, James Wong, was the perfect person for this film. He worked on The X-Files as a writer, producer, and director, so he's no stranger to creepy, mysterious stories. I gotta admit, I actually saw Mean Girls before I saw this, so when Terry gets hit by the bus, it didn't totally shock me. Shout out to Regina George. Still a brutal moment though. Devon Sawa was everywhere at the time. Little Giants, Casper, SLC Punk, Idle Hands, and not long after this movie, he'd even play Stan in Eminem's iconic music video. He really was in his moment. I don't know what it's called when a chain of events leads to something, but the writing in this movie is so smart with how it sets up the kills. Miss Luton's whole scene is a perfect example of that. It just keeps escalating. I also like how each character reacts differently to not getting on the plane. They all have their own perspectives, and it adds a little more depth than you'd expect from a horror movie. Todd's death? Man, that clothesline scene is rough to watch. Something about a slow suffocation just really gets to me. And let's not forget the horror legends in the film. Tony Todd, Candyman himself, shows up, and Daniel Roebuck is here too. He'd go on to work with Rob Zombie a bunch of times later. What I really love about Final Destination is how the horror feels real. I'm not scared of giant monsters, but flying on a plane, driving behind a log truck, riding a roller coaster, the opening deaths that happen in the movie could actually happen in real life. Sean William Scott is in this too, and to me, he'll always be Stifler. American Pie came out just a year before. And shout out to fellow Jersey native Ali Larter, who already starred in Varsity Blues. Who can't forget that whipped cream scene? And would later show up in a few Resident Evil movies and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Also, side note, I love seeing little music details in old movies. In Alex's room, there's a Goo Goo Dolls poster for Dizzy Up the Girl. Such a great album. Just one of those little nostalgic touches. The ending's great too. The 3 survivors finally make it to Paris, and then Carter meets his end. Classic Final Destination twist. This is hands down my favorite film in the franchise. I love it, and that's why I'm giving it a solid 4 out of 5. Your thoughts on the first film in this franchise? And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check me out on Instagram at MovieMagic1996. Thank you so much for everything, and go watch a movie today.